Okay, who else has mountains of skins? You don't know what to do with them. You can only make so many little necklaces. I've got like, 30 of them or something. So I'm going to see what I can do with this. I've got a plan. So here's my plan. I think what I'm going to try and do, I've got this vase, and I thought, what if I cut, I'm thinking triangles of all this pretty stuff. And I'm going to try, and I'm not sure how to stick them on. I'm going to try Mod Podge, or like maybe just water. Like I got some water. If I dip it in water, yeah. And if it will stick, and then I'll resin it afterwards. Yeah, maybe the water will work. I'm going to try that. So I'm going to cut, I think what I'll do, I've got, clearly golds and blues are my favorite colors. There's a bit of red thrown in. I think I'm going to make it golds and blues. So I think what I'll probably do is kind of do a row of golds and kind of coppery colors. I want to try and make sure I don't waste. Oh, I've got a lot here. Oh, I don't know. So if I just, and they're not gonna, they don't have to be perfect triangles or anything. Not triangles, diamonds. Diamond shapes. So I'm just gonna cut out a whole bunch of these and stick them on. Yep. It doesn't stick that well. I think I'm gonna try Mod Podge. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. Okay, so if I take one, that one was wet already, so let's try this. Ah! See if this sticks better. Oh yeah, that's it. That's what. So these ones aren't sticking well enough, so I'm taking those off. I probably have to dry them. Oops. And then I can do some blues. Awesome. Okay, now I'll do some blue. Okay, so I'm going to cut out a whole bunch of these. I'll do a bunch of cutting and then I'll put them all on. Yay! Okay, now I've got a bunch of blue ones cut. So I'm going to do a row of blue, find the prettiest side. Whoop, my Mod Podge is drying up. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a little bit of, these will be easier because I don't have to bend them around the lip. I'm going to leave a little bit of clear glass in between. I think I would like that best. I don't know, we'll see. What side is the prettiest? Ooh, it's hard to choose sometimes. And things are going to overlap and they're not going to be perfect, but I think that's going to make it kind of nice. It'll look like, not stained glass, I don't know, something like that. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know. I never did this. I think I'm going to leave it at that. And then I'm going to resin it. I might put some sparkles in. I don't know. I don't know if I guess it's kind of, I guess I could clean it up with alcohol. I'm going to try that. So I'm going to make sure they're all stuck down. Clean it up with alcohol. Isn't that going to be cool? Yeah, because I got to get all the extra Mod Podge off. I never really did anything with Mod Podge before, so I don't know what it's going to do. But I'm just going to make sure all of them are stuck down. And then I think I'm going to resin it. Maybe with a tiny little sparkle in it, just a little bit. Okay, I'll see what happens next. I don't know. Okay, I think I'm done putting the things on. I barely made a dent in all my skin. I'm gonna have to do this again. Look at all these pretty ones. I don't want to throw them out. Those ones are all just snippings. I can pitch them. That's got potential. I'm one of those persons who can't throw anything out. I might even be able to use it. You never know, and I really have stuff that I thought, what am I going to do with that? I've found really cool things to do with it. So, it's really messy, but I'm going to take an alcohol wipe and try and clean it up. And then I think I'm going to put a coat of resin on it. I think I'm going to hold off on the sparkles because I kind of like it. So I'm going to resist the urge to sparkle, I think. Okay, I'm going to clean it up. Okay, I'm going to try and clean it up with some alcohol on a shop cloth. Yeah. because I wasn't, as you probably saw, all that careful with the Mod Podge. Just kind of slopping it on. So I need to clean it up. Ooh, this could be problematic. I don't know if it's actually going to show down there. I have to clean it up here. Okay, so I got it all cleaned up, mostly. I couldn't get in between all the little diamond things, but it's okay. I don't think it's going to show once I resin it. And I'm hoping these guys will stick down a little better. They're pretty good. There's a few little corners sticking up, but I think the resin will make it stick down. So I'm going to mix some resin. I thought I'll show you. I don't think I ever showed you resin. Ooh. Ooh, lids. I can't get the lid. Oh, I'm going to get my little nifty lid taker offer tool. So this is Magic Resin. That's the one I always use. It's a good price and I really like it. It works good. So it's 2-part resin. I don't think I'm going to need a whole lot. So I'm going to measure out with this resin. You've got to do equal parts of part A and part B. One is the resin. I don't know which one is which. I never can figure it out. One is the resin and the other one is the hardener. So they always come separate. I think that's going to be enough. And then, yeah, so the 2 different parts. And one of the problems with resin that everybody always has is there's bubbles in it. So you have to get the bubbles out. First of all, you got to make sure you've got exactly equal parts, because otherwise it won't set properly. It won't harden properly. So that's one of the important things with resin. You got to make sure it's equal parts. So I'm just measuring it out a little bit more. Whoop. Okay, that's good. The other thing too with resin, make sure you're in a well ventilated area, a nice big room. I'm in a big room with high ceilings, so I don't wear a respirator. And this particular resin isn't very smelly. It doesn't have a lot of fumes, so I'm okay without a respirator. But if you're in a small area, make sure you wear a respirator, and always wear gloves with resin. I don't know that it hurts you. It doesn't hurt me if I don't have gloves on. It's just that it's really sticky. And because the weather is cooler right now, I always put the resin in the 2 separate parts in a little hot water bath, just for about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. It helps a lot with the bubbles. So I'm going to let that set for about 10 minutes, and then we'll come back. And actually what I'll do is I'll go ahead and mix it. So once it's warmed up a bit, I'm going to mix it all together in a container for about 4 minutes. That's another important thing with resin. You got to mix it for, usually they say 3 minutes. So I usually go 4 just to make sure. And then it's combined and it's ready to pour. So I'll get that ready. And then the other thing I'm going to do, I decided I'll forego the sparkles for today, but I'm going to put a little bit of blue food coloring in, just to give it just a very faint blue tinge in the resin. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll be back in about, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. Okay, so my resin is all mixed. Got it all mixed together, and I'm just going to put a few drops. Let's start with 1 drop. It doesn't take much. Yeah, that's probably you see, that's pretty pale. Maybe 1 more drop. I don't want to hide any of the colors in the paint, but I just would like to have a bit of a blue tint. That should do it. That's just going to give me, you see the resin? Just a pale blue tint. Okay, so now all I have to do is pour the resin over the vase. I stood it upside down on another vase because the resin's going to run off, so I need it to have a place to drip onto. And I just put some saran wrap there so that this wouldn't slip, glass on glass, you know. So here goes. Can you see? Hang on. Here we go. So I'm just going to pour the resin on, let it run down. I'll probably move it around with my hands a bit. I'll save a bit in case I need to touch up, but let's see how that goes. So I'm just going to spread it. Make sure it covers really good. There's a little bit tippy setup here, but it should be okay. It's going to keep running down, and then it'll take until tomorrow morning to harden. So I want to make sure I get it all covered, get it all in the little nooks and crannies. It's a little, see how it's tippy? So I'm going to have to watch that. I got to try and keep it straight too. Okay, I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put the rest on. Also makes it all shiny. I love it. I love resin. So I'm just making sure that it gets down in that little gully around the outside there. Oh, it's running on the other one too. That's okay. Probably should. Whoa! That's what I'm worried about, is that it's gonna slip on me. How do we look? It's gonna keep running, and that's okay. Just want to make sure I got it in all the little nooks and crannies of everything. If I need to, I can always do another coat of resin if there ends up being a missed spot or something. But I think it's going to be good. Done lots of these, I've done lots of resin, lots of vases before, and it always turns out really nice. My big worry is keeping it upright. Okay, so now I'm going to take one glove off. Yeah. And to get the bubbles out, you need to torch it. So when you do this, it takes all the bubbles out of the resin. Oh yeah. You probably can't see that on camera, but it takes all the bubbles, and it also kind of smooths out the resin. Ooh, that's my big worry, is keeping this straight, but I can keep checking it. Come on, come on. There, I think that's good. So I think this works. I didn't spend a lot of time thinking about the colors I was using or anything like that. I just wanted to see if something like this would work, but I'd love to hear if this gives you any ideas of any variations you could do on this. Probably lots. I mean, you could do it on wine glasses. So there, I see I missed a spot there. So I'm gonna keep checking it for about an hour, and I'll keep torching it and making sure I'm getting all the bubbles out. Keep trying to make sure it's straight. Making sure I covered everything. Looking good though, it's looking good. And as I say, if I find it tomorrow, when I come in tomorrow, it'll be all cured. And it'll look kind of like this. You see that one? I don't want to put it in the other one. Oh, flowers. Here, I'll put it back here. I don't want to touch it. Yeah, it works really nice. Resin on the vases works really nice. So I'm gonna take you for a close-up. Also, I gotta make sure that none of the little guys peel up. They'll all look pretty good. The resin will make them stick down too. Okay, I'm gonna take you for a close-up. Here we go. Kind of pretty.